In this live martial arts training video, we're going to go over bow staff spinning or bow spinning. Just a simple, easy workout, something you can learn how to do on your own if you don't already know how to do it. I'm going to show you the basics, how to get there really fast. I have two lengths. I have this old one that I got out of storage. I love spinning this thing. It's so super lightweight. This is an old school, inexpensive one. This is a Joe, really. It's not even a bow. A Joe is a 54-inch staff. Usually comes up to about your armpit. I use this when I'm inside and I don't have tall ceilings. I don't have tall ceilings here. So I might use that to show you some things. But I put this tape here so you can see that we want to start with finding the center of balance with your staff. That's where your hand is going to start as you do this warm up. And the purpose of this warm up is to get the joints all warmed up so you don't injure yourself, but also while you're training, you're not going to warm up before you defend yourself. If you're going to have to smash and hit them, you're not going to have time to warm up, right? You stand behind your staff, you point it, you thrust, break his jaw, crack him on top of his head. But when you're training, you want to warm up properly. So you find the center and you start to spin. And just turn it from side to side, and that's also going to put some power in your forearms, build up your shoulders, your upper arm a little bit. Always pull your stomach up and in. Keep your other hand up and out of the way. After you do this for about 30 seconds with one hand, you're going to replace that hand with the other hand. You'll always do both hands evenly. You're going to do 30 seconds on one, you'll do 30 seconds on the other. You want to be ambidextrous as a martial artist. You want to be able to use both hands with the same speed, power, accuracy, balance, coordination, especially when we're talking about the bow. When you learn how to bow spin, you have to do one side and then you do the other one. Now, you can modify as you go along your warm-up. You turn your arm out to the side, just looks like this. And what that will do is that'll start to activate the shoulders. You have three heads of your shoulder muscle. You'll start to activate the back and the side of the shoulder more, and you'll get strong. You want to be strong in all planes of motion. That means in front of your body, transverse through the middle of your body, above your body, behind your body. We'll talk about that when you put the staff overhead and behind the back. The third way you do that warm up is just here above your head, turning from side to side. Do that 30 seconds, put it in the other hand, 30 seconds. And now that's your warm up, that's your first warm up. Second warm up, the second move. We're gonna have about 10 moves in this warm up of this workout. And if you master these 10 moves of bow spinning, you're gonna get really good with bow spinning. Now, bow spinning is not bow fighting. It's not the same as smashing and defending yourself with a bow staff, right? That's a whole different thing. But to do the spin, you do the spinning to build power for all those strikes. You do the spinning to teach yourself proprioception. You do spinning to learn timing and distance. It's like jumping a rope. A boxer jumps a rope, but he doesn't hit the opponent in the ring. He doesn't bring his skipping rope into the ring. He learns how to skip the rope. He learns how to hit the speed bag, hit the power, build his power with the heavy bag, but you don't bring any of those into the fight. That's all training to make you a better fighter. So spinning the staff is not for fighting. Spinning is to make you a better fighter when you use your staff for self-defense. Don't get it twisted. Don't get your panties in a twist either and get all upset about it because your instructor, who was a traditionalist, said, oh, you can't spin with the staff. He didn't know what he's talking about. Or she, could be a she. But you'll hear that. You'll hear that from some traditional Budo people. The ones who, Kaju Kinbo, I don't even know who they are. They're the ones who take themselves too seriously. Those guys. The guys with the super clean karate gi, because they bleach it. When they take it off, they bleach it every time instead of wearing holes in the knees because they're learning how to grapple and kick and punch and fight and spin a staff. Anyway, I digress. All you're doing is you bring your pinkies together, you're going side to side. Now, when you go above the head, because again, I want you to do this in every plane of motion, this is the setup for a palm spin or a behind the back and over the head helicopter spin. But it's the same thing as when we start to go into your figure eight and you start to do some tricks, your hand is always going to take it pinky to pinky, palms up, whether you're going forward or in the reverse. It's pinky to pinky, palms up. So we learned that at the beginning. We go side to side, we go overhead, and now your forearms are starting to burn a little bit. Your shoulders are starting to burn a little bit. You're getting a good workout while you're learning how to spin the staff. The next spin is going to be the butterfly spin. One hand is on top, one hand is below it or above it, however you want to do it. Both will be correct because you're going to spin in both directions. Now I'm going to start you with your hand on the staff, thumb open, the other hand comes on top. There's your butterfly wing. I saw the most beautiful owl last night. There's no owl move, not that I know of. Somebody's probably, you can call it whatever you want. We'll call this the owl spin, just because I saw that owl last night. But this is the butterfly spin. And you'll notice that your wrists stay together. You can disconnect your wrists. And now you got a skip catch with your bow. Who's that dude, Mike something? Learns all these things from people, videos like mine. Well, and he gives a shout out. I appreciate that, but I forget. I just saw it. Yeah, a couple years, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago now, he learned how to spin the staff. Anyway, so palm up. Doesn't matter which hand, because again, you're going to do both hands evenly. So we're going to start watches on the left hand. So we'll start with the left hand on the bottom, right hand on top. Your hand opens as you turn this pinky as far as it'll go. It can't go any farther than that. That's when the other hand is going to slide in, palm up, and take it with the thumb. And the bottom hand is going to pop out of the way and turn under to catch it on the other side. Top hand turns as far as it'll go. Can't go any longer. The bottom hand, that's when the bottom hand turns over, thumb down. You see that? Grabs it. Top hand pops out of the way. Slide it in. Slow it down. There's your butterfly. You can also change directions of your spin while your hands are in the same position. Go this way, and go this way. And if you open your hands, there's your skip catch. You can skip catch this way. You can skip catch that way. Both are correct. And again, back to what I was saying earlier, you're going to find people will always in this industry, in this world of martial arts, someone's going to tell you, you can't do that. That's not traditional. Baloney. There are so many styles, and the world is 8 billion people now, or whatever it is. And we have the internet, and we have the satellites beaming the internet, and we got the smartphones, and you can learn whatever you want. Don't let someone tell you, they don't want you to learn that in their school because they're afraid you're going to learn something and you're doing the kick and punch and you're going to go over to the grapple and you're going to stop paying your tuition. That's the only reason those guys whine about that. And I can say that because I had a martial arts school for 30 years and I know all the whiners. And I was never a whiner. I didn't want to be a whiner. I had a big enough school I could bring in multiple different instructors all year long. Some were there all the time and we had 5 classrooms. You learn whatever you want. You want to learn to grapple, you want to learn to kick, you want to learn how to box, you want to learn how to use a weapon. Any and every weapon you can imagine. Flexible weapons, you want to learn the dart chain, the whip chain, you want to learn bow, you want to learn nunchucks. All right, to switch, then you just put, because we had the left hand on the bottom, now you put the left hand on the top, and there's your butterfly spin. If you do it for 2 minutes with one way, then do it 2 minutes the other way. And that's all you're doing. All you have to remember is let your hand go as far as it'll go. Pull the other hand out of the way while that's happening. If not, when you turn, you're going to run into your hand. But you'll figure it out. This isn't rocket science. It's not that difficult. But you're going to drop it a lot. Just pick it up. Every time you drop it, pick it up. Now, the next one. Hey, we got Guru Tandan is here. Good to see you. Put it in one hand. I don't care, left, right. This is my left. I'm going to do a forward figure 8 spin. This is where I'm going to switch staff to my shorter staff, just so we can get closer so you can see what my hand is doing. My thumb is going to carve. Thank you, Guru. It's good to see you. My thumb is carving a figure 8. When I push the thumb down and I lead with the thumb, then it's a forward spin. When I pull with the pinky, then it's a reverse spin. Pinky, reverse, thumb, forward. So figure 8, in front of the body, figure 8, in front and back of the body, same motion. I can do it here. When I do it here, this is left hand, left foot forward, right foot back. Make yourself small. Go around. When I do it to the side, and then later, I can switch it. Go behind the back, go above the head, figure eight. Do your tricks, all based on infinity sign, figure eight spin. So forward, leading with the thumb, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. After 30 seconds, reverse. After 30 seconds, other hand, forward and reverse. 30 seconds later, first hand, front and back of the body. And then reverse. And that's where you can get your speed. You can get really fast. And if you're in India and you're doing Silambam, two hands. Or Kirapati, or what are the other Indian? Put in the comment sections. All the Indian martial arts, which are the beginning. The Indian martial arts, the beginning of the tree, the roots. And then I went to China, and Korea, Japan, Indonesia, Philippines. But the roots came from India and the Indian martial arts. So learn the Indian martial arts if you can. All right, other hand, forward and in the reverse. Next, we're doing the wrist roll. India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. Put it in the comment section. What are the martial arts in those areas? What are the Filipino martial arts? What come from the Majapahit dynasty, the diaspora? What are the different styles? And then the Okinawan, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Northern style, Southern style, Shaolin, Wushu. Learn all of them, right? You can do that with the internet. Or find a good teacher. They won't know all of them. I don't know all of them. I know a lot of all of them, though. I know a lot of some of them. Open the hand. All you're doing is when you turn pinky side, the hand opens, and then it's going to balance. Balance on the back of your hand, and then your hand turns under, and then bring it back open. If you want, you can do continuous wrist roll. And then when you do that, your hand will slide back to the center. And if not, it looks like this because you didn't slide your hand back to the center. So if you spin and you didn't slide back to the center, you'll hold one side. And then, I forgot about this short ceiling. And you whack him in the face with your staff. But what you could also do is when it gets here, slide your hand so that your hand stays in the center and you don't drop it and have to pick it up over and over again. Once you've learned that, then go to your figure eight. And then when it's over here, open the hand. When it's over here, do a wrist roll into a wrist roll. Wrist roll, wrist roll. And you can do that with this staff. By the way, you ask me all the time, how tall should your bow be? About as tall as you are. If you're really tall, get a taller bow. If you're really short, cut it down. Get a shorter bow. But it's about as tall as you are. 72 inches is what they sell at most stores. I put a link in the description for the store, 72 inches. But if you're not super tall, get a 58 inch, 6-foot staff, 5-foot staff, or a 4-foot staff, 48, right? Yeah, get the size that works for you. Get a 40-inch staff if you need to. Or, if you have short ceilings, cut it down and learn how to fight. That's where the Joe came from. It came from the Musashi story, where Musashi was fighting the other samurai. Samurai was a specialist in the bow. And he lost to Musashi the first fight. He didn't die, but he lost the fight. So he went away to the island somewhere, or the mountain. I don't know where he went. He went somewhere, and he was fighting in the trees, and his staff kept getting stuck. And he said, that was the problem I had with Musashi. So he cut his staff down. That's the story. Who knows how it really happened. But that's supposedly how we get the Joe staff. And I like the Joe. The Tokyo police officers back in like the early 1900s, they carried the Joe. And you'll see videos of crazy people in Japan, like we have crazy people around the world, attacking people with a knife or a machete or a short sword or a long sword. And you'll see these Japanese police officers, instead of bam, shooting them with a gun, they'll sword fight him with their Joe. They'll knock that out of his hand, whack him in the face, and make him sorry that he lost his mind and started stabbing people. Anyway, again, I digress. We're doing the wrist roll now. I want you to learn the finger roll. And there are 2 ways. I did 3. There are 3 ways. At least. There's probably as many as you can imagine. You can start something new. Do your own thing. But there are 2 ways I want you to learn how to do my finger roll. It's not really mine. I'm just doing it right now. This is continuous. And my thumb is out of the way. It's just like when you learn how to spin the pencil through your fingers in school because you were bored. Who doesn't get bored in school? I get bored in school all the time. You were so bored, and the teacher said, you're bored because you're boring. It's like, no, you're boring. This stuff is too easy or too hard. And you're spinning your pencil through your fingers. Same thing. Now, the other way is 3 fingers with the thumb. And you're going to spin first, second, third. When you get to the 3rd and the 4th finger, the thumb grabs it and takes it back into your hand. Why do you do that? Let me show you one more time. 1, 2, 3. Back of the 3 fingers. It's the same balance as the wrist roll. Grab with your thumb. Now you have a grip. Now you go back to your spinning and you do a 3-finger roll. And then you do a wrist roll and another wrist roll because you're fancy. And another wrist roll, and then back into a 3-finger roll. And it changes the timing. So when you start to do what's called freestyle or bow flow, somebody came up with that name years ago. Well, we called it the bow flow. We always called it freestyle. Now you're doing freestyle, and you're spinning, and you're whipping it up over your head, and you're going to side, and you're going behind your back, and you're bringing it back to the front, and then you throw in a 3-finger roll. And you change the rhythm, you change the timing. These are all 1 beat. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I had to find it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You just change the rhythm. So you add some texture to your freestyle so you don't look like you're just doing the same thing. It's like talking like this the whole time and monotone. It gets really boring. But if you go up and you go down and you go fast and you go slow, then you can get your point across better. So learn how to do the 3 fingers and the thumb catch. Now, if we were outside, I would show you how to throw it and catch it. But I'm going to put a hole in the ceiling and I'm going to get in trouble, so I'm going to not do that. Next time we're outside, I'll show you how to throw it and catch it. Just because. Because why not, right? So let's review your warm-up. You're turning your wrist to get stronger, to keep safe from injury. Then, and you do that to the front, both hands. You do that to the side, both hands. Do that overhead, both hands, turning. Make sure you turn all the way. And the heavier your staff, the slower you're going to go. Because if you have a super heavy staff, like this is white oak painted black with tape on it. I put the tape on there so you can see the red end and the blue end, and then you can see that there's some differentiation when I start doing the spins. But it won't come with tape unless you put tape on it. This is a self-defense staff. This is hickory. This is very heavy. This is heavier than this one, even though it's a lot shorter. So know your materials. I have plastic. I have plastic that lights up, kind of like a lightsaber sword. Staff, whatever. Like a double-bladed lightsaber. I have metal. I have light metal and I have heavy metal. So know your weight. If it's super heavy, go slowly so you don't rip your muscles in your hand and your tendons and your joints when you start. Work up to it, and then you'll be strong enough it won't matter what you use. If it's super light, go as fast as you want. So we warm up, we go hand to hand, turning out, and this turning out will twist your hand even more. So now you're building more power in your forearm. You're getting stronger. Do that in front of the body. Do that over the head. Then we had our figure eight, both forward and reverse and to the front and the back of the body. Then, oh no, that was the fourth. We had the butterfly spins before that. And we had the skip catch in both directions. And both hands on top. Oh, I'm losing it there. Then we had our figure eights, also known as the infinity spin because it doesn't stop and it makes the sideways figure eight or the infinity symbol. Then we had wrist rolls. Then we had the figure eight with the wrist rolls. Then we had finger rolls. And we have continuous finger rolls where it doesn't stop. And then we have 3 fingers with the thumb grabbing so that we can turn that finger roll into, oh, last one, bonus one. Let's go overhead because I said you can do a palm spin. I'm gonna lose that one. A palm spin is like when you open your hand with a cube of sugar on it to feed a horse or a cow. Don't feed cows sugar. Give it to the horse, it's gonna run it off. Open your fingers. If you go like this, you might bite your fingers off. So we go like this. When you do the spin over the head, it's just turning it from side to side. And you can do the spin simply by opening your hand. You can do it one way, or you can do it the other way. The second way overhead is to do the butterfly spin or the skip catch. The third way is just the turnout. That's actually probably the first way. So now when you want to go behind your back, turn your palm all the way up, thumb to the sky. I'm going to turn around so you can see it. Turn your thumb up, the other thumb comes under your pinky, pulls it out, lift your arm without spinning. When you are behind your back, you spin. When you are over the head, you spin, but you don't spin on the way up. If you spin on the way up, down here, you're gonna whack your calf. You'll do that and you'll say, ouch. And then if you spin too soon here, you'll hit yourself in the head. And I'm laughing because I know you're gonna learn faster that way, and I'm proud of you. Don't throw it down and get mad at it and jump up and down like you're a baby and cuss out your staff. It's your fault. Don't spin it until you put it over your head. Spin it. Stop spinning it, drop it, spin it behind the back, have some discipline, spin. We call that self-discipline when you do it yourself, right? And then when you're ready, change directions. Overhead, behind the back, overhead, throw in a palm spin, almost lost it. Behind the back, put it in front of the body, behind the back, overhead, side to side, turn your body around. While you're coming through, go back the other way. Throw in a finger roll. Now you're freestyling. Throw in some freestyle at the end of every practice, no matter how stupid you feel and how many times you drop it. Just pick it up. And if you do that, you're going to learn at a much deeper level than just doing the drills. The drills are useless if you don't add it into something. And speaking of that, spinning can get you from one position where you're fighting back into the other position while you're fighting. So there is some value in spinning, although you're not going to use it when you fight that much. You should also learn how to spin, and then you're doing your freestyle, and then stop it, add some strikes, go back to a freestyle, do some fancy stuff you would never do in a fight. You would never do this. That's why, because you're going to drop it. He's going to pick it up and smack you with your own stick. That's why you don't do that in a fight. In a fight, for self-defense, you stand behind your staff, and you say, back up, I'll defend myself. He comes close, you point your thumb at him. You say, you're getting too close. Now he's got to get through your stick. And you thrust, that first motion, thrust right into his throat for self-defense, or his face. He still comes, punch him with that back hand. When you do that, you don't let go. There's your pivot point. That comes and rests on the top of your arm, and you crack him on the side of his head for self-defense. Then, if you need to, bring this hand down like the hand of Zeus on the top of his head, or Thor with a big thunder hammer, right? Smashing, lift him off the ground, thrust through, block him, block here, sweep his leg the other way, but throw those into your spinning, your freestyle. Hey, Jeffrey, it's good to see you. Jeffrey says, love your stuff. Thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate you guys being here. It got warm again. I'm wearing my concealed carry belt. It always pops out. I'm going to the mall for some returns. And I don't know if you've been watching what's happening in the world, but I carry everywhere I go because I'm allowed to, and it's part of my job. But I also feel like we live in dangerous times. So, and you might not be able to carry wherever you go, but if you learn how to fight with sticks, whether it's the long stick, medium-sized stick, the sledgehammer, you take the end of the sledgehammer off. I've been working on my grip again. I have probably 8 different weights of sledgehammers. And back in the day, that's how I built the strongest grip with sledgehammers. Yeah, it's been a while. I can't do that yet. But we'll work that in. We'll do a sledgehammer workout. This stick was floating in the river in North Carolina. So my point is, learn how to fight with sticks. Bring sticks with you wherever you go, and then you can defend yourself. Learn how to fight with the shortest sticks possible. A flashlight, a Kubotan keychain, a marker, a Sharpie marker, right? It's a fist load, stick in his eye, but keep yourself safe. I'll see you guys on the next live stream.